Just mosey on. Good, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me for another Wednesday morning Tai Chi class. We're looking at Chen style in this class. Let's take right hand in fist, please, and left hand straight, pulling back the thumb with feet together, hands together, and we press forwards. Excellent. And let's open our stance and we will begin our Chen style warm up. So we begin in the four corners. And we allow the rest of the body to spiral nice and gently and breathe. Listen to your body, please. Notice, are you cracking and crunching? Or is it already smooth? Good. Change direction. Keep going, please, while I let someone in. Oops. Good. So we've just started warm up. We're on our second side. Welcome, welcome. Can you pop yourself on mute, please? Just for a nice quiet recording. Hello, hello. Good, so keep going, please. We're just gently spiraling into the four corners. That's all right. I'll pop you on mute. Actually, I can't do that. Yep, keep going, breathing. There we are. Okay, good. That's okay. Yep, you've got it. Well done. Thank you. All right, folks. So let's do movement number 2. Don't worry if you've missed any. We've only just started. This is the same as the first movement, but you'll notice that the rest of my body is staying quite still. So we're feeding into the four corners of the hips. Relax and breathe. Remember down today because his internet connection's not working. So haste you back. You can see the recording. Go, breathe into the four corners. Remember, this is quite a small movement. We just want to feel the weight distributed across the four corners of the feet. So the center moves, but we can follow the progress into the four corners of the feet, keeping the rest of the foot flat to the floor. Good, and change direction. And for a short warm-up, we'd be looking to do 30 spirals in each direction, or 30 squares. But you can build it up to doing 500. So maybe start with 30 maybe twice a day. And then the next day, maybe try 60 twice a day in each direction. And slowly, slowly, day by day, try a little bit more, a little bit more. So you can put the television on and set your system in motion if you like. It is a mindfulness practice, so you can stay with the movement and feel into each aspect as you go. But if you can't bring yourself to do half an hour of spiraling in silence, stick the radio on, stick the television on, or stand and admire your garden while you're doing it. Watch the birds. Good, let's come back to center. Well done. Now let's move on to spiraling down the legs. So we're just gently circling one way. Try to keep the hips level. Feel into the structures of your body. Well done. Change direction. You can keep it a little bit smaller if you like. Breathe through the movement. Breath in Tai Chi is so important, and a lot of people say, can you teach me how to breathe? Yes and no. Your body knows how to breathe. Shake out, please. So we say nature is the first principle. So there are plenty of breathing exercises. Let's do it on the other side, please. But actually what we want to do is let the body move and let the breath flow naturally. So try not to hold the breath, though that is something that happens when we're a little bit stressed or we're trying a bit too hard. If you find that you're holding your breath, that's okay. Just remember and breathe again. But what we want eventually is the breath continuously, softly to flow. Change direction, please, in order to fuel and relax your body. Good. And let's give it a wee shake out, please. Now let's open our stance. This is our first time that we're going wider today, and we're going to sit back and down a little bit. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, you're not sticking your butt out and you're not leaning your body back like that. Rather, the whole body sits back a little bit. Do you see that? I'm sitting back. I'm not just bending my knees where I am. If you notice when I do that, my knees are over my toes. We don't want that. We want the knees behind the toes. So think of filling your back, and there's space, there's emptiness in your front. So let's very gently now turn the waist. So we're keeping the legs nice and steady. And breathe. I recently had a student who had been given the instruction to empty the chest and fill the back. And I'll show you what had happened with that instruction. Good, patting the body front and back. Good, and relax and ease stance in. So he'd been given that instruction, and maybe his teacher had been given that instruction. And what he was doing was trying to empty his front and fill his back. And he was ending up, I'm exaggerating, but a little bit like this and kind of closed. But that's not what we mean when we say fill the back. We mean sit back. Do you see? It's like a yin yang. So we sit back and down. We're filling the back. The spine is almost behind the heels. There, the back is full, and that has opened this point, the Mingmen, where it has emptied the front, as in there's space here. But I'm not humping my upper back at all. The upper back's already full. When we stand straight, it's the waist that is scooped. So by sitting back and down a little bit. This area is empty. Literally, there's nothing there. And this area is full. We become a human yin yang. And in that way, we're fulfilling this empty front, fill the back. So there's no humping, there's no squashing the chest down, none of that. It's simply filling the back, the small of the back, so that everything is round, full, full, and empty. Something to play with. Good, okay, let's move on and we will do a little leg stretch. So we're going to kick one leg out and place it down. Notice there's a wee bit of width. So you're not like this, which is difficult to balance. You're like this. We're going to feed the weight back. So your bent leg, your back leg is bent and weighted, and the front leg is straight. And we're going to take the hands to that knee, lengthen the spine, and gently hinge from the hips. So if I show you it from the side, back leg bent, front leg straight, weight is back, lengthening the spine. And what we want to feel is a nice stretch up the front leg. Breathe and relax into it. Good, and release, pull the toes back, and if you can, take hold, same side, hand and foot. If you can't, don't worry about it, but keep the legs straight with your opposite hand. Good, relax the foot down, gently ease yourself up, and let's swap over to the other side. Take a moment, take a breath, and we're going to kick and step down, keeping the front leg straight, the back leg bent, the weight is back. We're lengthening the spine and gently hinging forwards. So the warm-up is part of the system. If you don't warm up, you're not getting all of the elements involved in the system. So it's like missing pieces from the jigsaw puzzle. Good, release, pull the toes back, taking hold, same side, hand to foot. Keeping the legs straight with the other hand. Now, sometimes we need to adjust an exercise. Good, relax the foot down and up you come. So that's okay, adjusting is okay. If you find the exercise isn't appropriate for you at your current stage, we can leave it out, we can do something else. But leaving warm up altogether is not a good idea. Okay, let us open our stance. We left one out, but we'll come back to it. Okay, and we're going to sit back and down. Again, we're emptying the front by bringing the whole body back a little bit, and that will fill the small of your back. Let's take the hands to the waist. We're going to open one side slightly. So it's an asymmetrical stance. We're going to feed into the opposite side and then circle around the turned out foot. Feel into the big toe, little toe, round the blade of the foot to the heel. Gently circle. And you'll notice as you feed the weight across and release, you're actually doing a figure of 8. But we just focus on circling around the foot, feed the weight back and release. And there you're naturally doing your figure of 8. Breathe and relax into it. This is to strengthen your legs, to give you a bit more control. Good. Your legs are your foundation, so no matter what you're working with, we want strong legs. If you want to be able to get out of bed and walk around and sit up and sit down on your own, as we get older, we need to keep our legs good and strong. Good, so let's bring the foot in and the other foot releases out, and we do the same to the other side. So we go around the foot into the opposite leg, release. If you're struggling or if you feel fatigue, no problem, you can walk the stance in a bit, do a little bit higher, make it work for you. So remember the first principle of Tai Chi, nature. So we have to work with our nature, not against it. Breathe. Good. Nice and calm. Good. Let's walk the stance in a little bit more to about shoulder width. And we'll do the exercise we missed out because I was talking. So this is your Chen exercise. Chen was a very greatly celebrated Chen master within the family. And this exercise is all about Tingjun. Tingjun means listening energy. You're feeling with your hands. I want you to really listen, feel the air gently flowing around your hands. If you listen enough, you'll notice the air is a bit like water. You'll feel little eddies and currents rippling around your fingers, rippling around your hands. You'll feel a sense of resistance as you run your hands through the air. Breathe and feel very deeply into your hands. Very good. There's an Indian expression that says, listening destroys all pain and error. So when we listen deeply, our mind is full of the feedback that we get from that listening. So it shuts down any thoughts about anything else. Good, relax down. We have a friend in the West who is a hunter. He goes out hunting deer. And he says, just like fishermen often say, that the process of hunting, you have to become very quiet and still. You have to let go of the noise of your normal human activity and become one with nature. Otherwise, nature will know you're there. So a fisherman can stand motionless for many hours, just listening and feeling and letting go, merging with everything around him. And so the fish doesn't notice and goes, oh, and bites something. And the deer hunter, the same, that he would lie motionless and just relaxing and breathing and listening to nature and letting himself merge with the countryside. And he said that he might be full of aches and pains and arthritis and, you know, problems from the marriage and whatever else. But while he was hunting in that state, everything was perfect. He just felt absolutely well because he was listening, feeling whatever was going on around him and within him and letting go. And it's part of Tai Chi. We call it Wu Ji. So listening removes all pain and error. It's very, very useful. And so this version of the exercise, Tingjun, it's not Wu Ji, but it's listening. It's bringing your awareness and listening into your hands. You could do something very similar by walking and do a walking meditation. In fact, why not? Let's do it. This isn't strictly speaking Chen style, but I'd like to get the point across. And we do the concept within Chen style. With every step, with every movement that we make, we want to deeply listen into our system and flow with it, not forcing it to do something, but companion our bodies as they make their journey. So I'd like you to go to the back of your space, please. I'm going to go to the side and show you the side view. And this is walking meditation. And it's very, very simple. You know how to walk, but we're going to just take little baby steps, really heel to toe, with a little bit of width. So we're still here. We're not going on a tightrope. And we're just going to feel each stage of the walking meditation. So we're going to feel into the feet and observe every sensation that you're experiencing in your feet. So let's bring the hands down by the sides and lengthen up through the top of the head. Bring your chin slightly down and back and take a few moments to breathe. Listening to your body and calming down. Now I'd like you, especially for this exercise, to feel your way down into your feet. Feel the connection with the floor. Feel the texture and the give or lack of give in the floor underneath you. Feel the four corners of your feet taking your weight evenly. And feel your weight sinking down into the floor. Good, so let's gently, slowly bring the awareness back to the room. If you had closed your eyes, slowly, gently open your eyes and focus on a point directly ahead. We're going to feed the weight into the right and swing the left foot forwards and set it down. Relax it down. So that's stage one. Feel the contact with the earth. Stage two, feed the weight forward. So now you're between the 2 feet. Feel the weight rolling into the foot. Stage three, keep rolling forward so the front foot fills and the back foot empties. Feel the plumb line, the straight line from the top of the head down through the foot into the floor. And stage four, swing the other foot through and touch. 1. Feed the weight between the 2 legs. 2. Feed into the front foot, filling the front foot, emptying the back foot. 3. Wait until you feel a beautiful line from the top of the head down through the foot to the floor and swing through. 4. Listen and feel down into your feet through each stage of the moves. Notice the difference, the front foot filling, the back foot emptying, the strong line from head to toe, and the emptiness of the back foot ready to swing, touch. Keep going, please. Breathe and listen down into your feet, but keep your eyes gently focused on the point ahead. Listen to your feet. Notice the foot spread as it takes the weight. Notice the other foot empty and release. Notice the freedom of the swing through. The softness as you put the foot down. The strength as it takes your weight. And if you're wobbling, notice the quality of the wobbles. Is it a lot of wobbles? Is it 1 or 2 wobbles? Breathe and let go through each wobble into the floor. That's also part of the exercise. Well done, and rest. Very good. Turn around and we'll go back. And this time we'll do it in silence. I want you to feel and listen to each and every sensation. We'll just go to the other end of the room and we'll finish that exercise. Are we ready? Float up, relax down, listen to your feet. Are you ready? Begin. Start with the left. Keep breathing. And rest. Well done. Just stand for a moment, please. Feeling into your body, listening, breathing, feeling. And as you breathe, let go. Very good. So some teachers would teach walking meditation instead of standing practice. Now, normally in Chen style, we just do standing. Standing is stillness practice. It's true Wuji. You're doing nothing. So it's universal oneness, universal nothingness. You're just listening, feeling, and letting go. But the essence of it is the same. We want good posture. We want our breath to flow. And we want to use Tingjun, which means listening energy. We're listening, we're feeling, we're letting go. And while we are focusing on listening, we are not producing thought. It's a different kind of thinking. It's a different kind of using your brain. And it just cancels out suffering. If you're really listening to something, whatever it may be, even if it's not pleasant, if you're immersing yourself in that experience rather than trying to pull away from it because it hurts, then the suffering element goes away. There may be pain, but you won't suffer from it. You'll be too busy experiencing it. So that is Tingjun. But of course, you don't have to dive into the pain that you're feeling. You could listen to a different aspect of your being, like your feet. You know, if your hand is sore, you can listen to your feet. It's still going to help transform the experience to one of listening rather than producing thought and feelings from that. Excellent. Today we're going to focus on some silk reeling and maybe do a little bit of form at the end. So let's bring the feet together, please, and float up through the top of the head, the chin slightly down and back, calming, releasing and relaxing down. Just noticing where you're holding tension. Allow yourself to breathe and listen into those areas and let them melt, let them flow away. Good. I'm on the wrong side. Okay. So we're going to release belly, hips, and knees. We're going to take the right palm to waist. I'm mirroring for you. And the left palm extending forwards, touching the midline. We're going to look to the left and step open. Good. Now, silk reeling tends to be a repetition, often in 4 stages. So stage 1, we gently turn waist and turn the palm. I call this call your waiter. You're not reaching across your center line, you're just turning your center line. So that's what it looks like without the turn. So we turn, call your waiter. 1. Feed the weight across into shoulder, into elbow, unfold, hand fingertips, excuse me, hand above foot, and release. The little finger edge comes up and over, the palm slides down, as if you're sliding your hand down somebody's back. When we get to about waist height, we start to feed the weight across, which untwists you and brings you back to the start position. Repeat, please. So 1, feed across into your left. 2, release, sliding down. 3, and feed across into your right. 4. Repeat. 1, 2, full twist, thumb edges underneath. 3, and 4. Now I'm going to come forward so that you can see the hands hopefully in better detail. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, full twist. 3, and 4. Keep going, please. Last time. Let's change arms. So we bring the other arm into play. Bring that hand that was working to your waist. So notice the full twist, the thumb edge all the way under. Shoulder blades still down against the rib cage. Full twist facing up. Release. Call your waiter. Shoulder, elbow, hands, fingertips. Release. Breathe. Feel the rhythm of the movement. Rhythm has its own very deep healing qualities. If we move arrhythmically, it tends not to comfort or work well with our system. But as soon as you introduce rhythm, energy begins to flourish, to flow, to heal. Beautiful, well done. We'll do one more round. And this time we're going to feed the weight across. When we're halfway, bring the foot in. Relax down. When we're halfway, shift the weight and step out. Turn, halfway, come in, change arms. Halfway, step to the side. Turn. Halfway, step in. Turn. Halfway, step out. Turn. Halfway, come in. Turn. Halfway, step out. Turn. Halfway, come in and relax your arms down. Well done. Easing from your stance, please. Let's have a look at the second of the silk reeling 1 exercises. Actually, we're looking at the fourth because you have silk reeling 1 with one hand, stepping, the other hand, and stepping. So that's 4. But now we're going to do 2 hands together. We're going to bring the feet together and float up. Give yourself a moment and calm. We're going to lift your right foot. I'm mirroring, lift your right foot and turn out to 45 degrees. We're going to release belly, hips, and knees and float the arms up so your front palm facing up, your back palm facing down. And we're going to step forwards. You see that stepping forwards with the front foot. So there's a bit of width. The back feels full, not by doing this, but by releasing the tailbone down and allowing the small of the back to open, to fill back, rather than being scooped like this. We're nice and full. You see what I mean? Not being scooped, but full. Okay, so we're going to turn towards the back foot and flip the hands over. So now your front palm is facing down, back palm facing up. We feed the weight forwards and scoop the hands underneath. So that front hand is inside the level of the front knee. And we're going to turn, roll the hands over towards the front, feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders. Notice how bent the elbows are. We're not stretching out the arms like this. We're bringing them back in towards the body, shoulder height, and keep turning towards the back. Relax, circle the arms down. Feed the weight forwards and circle up. Roll hands over. Feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders, and circle down. Good. So do you see what's happening? We circle up, forwards and roll forwards and up. Feed the weight back and circle down. Now I'm going to show you it from the side. Can you keep going with me? We feed the weight forwards and circle up. Feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders and circle down. Feed it forwards and circle up. Feed it back and circle down. Good. Breathe. Can you feel the rhythm? Maybe you can think of a tune, a piece of music that flows rhythmically, that goes at about this pace. You can sing the tune in your head. Make sure it's a good one. And dance along. Let the movements flow. Good. Here the arms are twisting. Here they're releasing and rolling over. Here the arms are twisting. Here they're releasing and rolling over. Good. Now this exercise can continue by bringing the steps forwards. So follow me, please. As you feed your weight forwards, when you get halfway forwards, you bring your back foot in and the heels touch. And you see that? So you're in a sort of T-shaped position. And we circle up. And as you feed the weight back, we step the front foot forwards again. Good. And we circle back down. And as you feed forwards, you step in and circle up and feed the weight back and step the front foot forwards and circle down. Feed forwards and in. Very good. Go back to the back of your space, please, and we'll do it on the other side. So you can relax your arms down. Let's take ourselves back into that Wuji, calm and stillness. Ready? Breathe and relax. Checking posture, top of the head floating up, chin down and back. And just take a moment to breathe and allow everything to be loose and you'll feel in a way when you let go of tension, you'll feel a heaviness, but you also may feel a lightness, yin and yang. You may feel as you're letting go of tension, there's space within you. Your body feels almost like it's floating. Good, so let's lift your left foot this time and turn it out to 45 degrees by turning your body. Release, sit down, belly, hips, knees, the front palm facing up, the back palm facing down, And we're going to step open and forwards. Ready? We turn towards the back foot, palms flipped over, and we feed the weight forward, shoulder, elbow, hands, fingertips. We're on the inside of the knee, we haven't gone too far, and the other hand just in front of center. Turn and roll the palms up. Feed the weight back, bring the hands in towards the shoulders, in front of the shoulders, release. Turn towards the back foot, relax, circle down. Feed forwards and circle up. Feed back. Elbows bend, hands in front of shoulders, and circle down. Underneath and forwards. Circle up. And back. In front of the shoulders. Circle down. Good. Keep going. You're doing very well. Underneath. Turning center to roll up. Weight back, arms twist. And untwist, release, circle down. Feeding forwards, arms twist. One thumb edge under, one little finger edge up, and release. Feed the weight back, hands in front of shoulders, and circle down. I'm going to show you it again from side view. Keep going, please. Forwards and up and back. Relax down. And I'm even going to come closer still. Hopefully that'll be nice and clear. Forwards. Up. Back. Hands in front of shoulders. And circle down. Good. Use your waist to turn you. Relax your shoulders. Think of really the forearms doing most of the physical movement. Down, both arms down. That's it. Underneath. So notice they're doing almost parallel circles. It's not quite, but they're working together. Beautiful. Okay, and we're just going to do a little stepping with it, feeding it back and down. So as you feed forwards, when you're halfway, bring the back foot in, heels touch. Stay forwards and roll up, feeding the weight back. When we're halfway, we step. Circle down. Feeding forwards, step in. Feeding up and back, step. Circle down. Keeping the elbows bent at all times. Even when you're rolling up, they're not reaching, they're still bent. Turn halfway and step. And the last time, feeding forwards and come in. Well done. And relax your arms gently down. Well done, everybody. Good job. So that is silk reeling 1. We've covered single hand stepping on both sides, and that's double hand and double hand stepping. So that's most of silk reeling 1. These exercises are designed to teach you the mechanics of movement within Tai Chi. They're the alphabet of Chen style. But more than that, they are deeply relaxing, they are strengthening, they are fine-tuning your mind-body connection, and they're very much helping us really get to grips with this idea of tingjun, meaning listening energy. So a simple repetitive movement will be much easier for you to get to grips with enough that you can engage with it fully and deeply listen to what's happening in your body and deeply connect and actually be more in control of what you're doing. Most of the time we are on autopilot. If we want to make a cup of tea, we make a cup of tea. We don't think about how each stage of the movement feels and where the strength is and our structure as we're doing it. But that's a good idea. Try next time you make a cup of tea or do any action, do it mindfully. Check your posture. Notice every aspect of what you're doing and not just go through the motions. So this is Tai Chi, this is mindfulness practice in action. We do everything with awareness. And when we listen and feel into the entire system, we have more control. And we're letting go of the suffering aspect. If something hurts, we're working with our system to our best ability to reduce that pain. So say you're doing a movement, ow, that hurts when I do that. Ow, that hurts when I do that. If you do that 100 times, you'll end up with an injury. So rather you go, ow, that hurts when I do that, but what if I do this? Oh, that's better. That is natural Tai Chi. So if something is uncomfortable, then we can adjust until it is more comfortable. If something is happening to us that we haven't done, then we might not be able to fully reduce the action that hurts us, but we can definitely become more aware and more mindful of how to make our system more comfortable. So for example, if you're sitting crooked, readjust your seat. If you're standing on one hip, get out of that stance and go into neutral. Good, let's warm down please, just for a moment. We turn our waist back to this Chinese drum movement and breathe, cup your hands slightly and listen to your body. Listen with your ears, listen with all of your senses. How does it feel to pat your legs? Feel each part, make sure you're giving every part a little bit of love, a bit of attention. Feel all the way down, if you can, to your feet and come up your body again. So this is another way to play with tingjun, with listening energy. By gently patting or rubbing or clapping, we help to stimulate the system. We are giving ourselves something to listen to, aren't we? We're feeling that gentle impact. But it's not thumping yourself, it's a loving touch. We're gently stimulating. Good, shaking out please. We're going to do a little heel tap and just let all of the body go nice and loose and floppy and wobbly. And breathe. Keeping the top of the head light. Well done. And stand. Listen to every part. Can you feel that bubbling, that buzzing sensation? This is your life force. Your energy is being released like bubbles in champagne. Feel those beautiful little sensations. Breathe into them as your life force bathes your body, flows through your body. And let's guide the hands to center. Hug your elbows gently in. Breathing and relaxing down into your center. Where your mind goes, your body follows. I skipped a level. Where your mind goes, your energy follows. Where your energy goes, your body follows. So be careful where your mind is going. What we think about, we move towards. So let's think into the belly, into the center. And this point brings mind, body, emotions, every aspect into balance. Breathing into your center. Feel your energy is stronger. Beautiful. Well done. Relax your arms gently down. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. Let's salute. Good work. We were back to foundation work today, but it's always useful to revisit. It's nice and relaxing, and it aids our awareness in form. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time.